I've been planning to make a video like this for like at least, I don't know, 8 months or so. Um, and I know today is Spread the Word and the Word Day, which is part of why I'm making this video right now. Hold on, I just got an Andrew. Got a message from one of my friends, but anyway, that's not important. But what it is important is to open up this video. All of you know probably by now that I strongly condemn people dehumanizing other people just because of the way someone was born, or just because someone else is different from them, or just because they're quote unquote weird and shit like that. Well, a lot of you people might think I'm making a big deal out of a word. Well, that's not the case with this video, but it does relate to a ending a word campaign, which is spread the word to end the word. But Lane and Lane can vouch for me on that, which is also known as Hair Metal Brony 1016. Have seen a lot of comments of people using these words: faggot, gay, queer, autistic or autist, nigger, and retard. Today, or tonight rather, because it's 11 a.m. here, and I'm going to talk about the word retarded. Do I take offense to it? I wouldn't say I'm offended by it, but I do rather get extremely displeased. Why? Because when someone uses that word as a reference to something stupid, they're kind of implying that the people that have mental disabilities or Down syndrome or any number of disabilities or disorders that are considered to be retardation, or in other words, an intellectual disability, stupid, which is really really stupid in my opinion, to use words like faggot, gay, queer, and retard and all that others all I'm tripping over my words. I'm tired, alright? Give me a break. Hundreds of other words that seem to be used in a derogatory way based on how someone is, or the way someone was born and shit. And even if they weren't born that way, you are still making them feel bad for who they are, making them feel like they're just, I don't know, they're making them feel like they're doing something bad just because of the way they're born, just because of something that they can't control over. I mean, that's not something I would ever respect, ever. And if anyone's like that on my friends list, I just block them. I don't want people like that in my life. I don't respect those people. And I know there's some best friends of mine that use it, but they rather inadvertently use it in a derogatory way. I don't think they intend to use it as a attempt to hurt or offend people or put down anyone, but which is why I typically let it slide when it comes to the R word, because I normally don't want to try to cause a shitstorm and shit. But a lot of them that use the word retarded also understand why people get upset when they use autist or autism as an insult as well. But you know what? The good thing is, a lot of people do know that the word autism doesn't mean stupid, even the ones that use the word retarded and shit like that, and gay as well. And that's good, which is I normally just, the reason being that I call people out that use the word autism is because it is pretty much well known to the general public that it doesn't mean stupid, but the R word also doesn't mean stupid as well. It's just a mental disability. Not, I know a lot of people that have a mental disability, but also have high honors in school and shit. Let me just say that you also can't, the First Amendment should not be used as a get out of jail for free card whenever you're using these words in a derogatory way. I mean, the First Amendment, freedom of speech, also shouldn't be an excuse for you to sound like an idiot. I mean, sure, you technically can have the freedom of speech to be an idiot, but don't be surprised when so many people are displeased with your words of choice. I'm just saying, because it's really not right to just dehumanize somebody else by using those words, uh, purpose or not. I mean, even if you're not talking about someone with a disability, it's still not the best choice of words. I mean, it's kind of like saying, oh hey, this mini Uzi is really cool, and I like the feel of it and like the sound of it. And while you're in the middle of the crowd with the hundreds and hundreds of people, then you pull the trigger, and then you accidentally kill someone, and you say, homicide wasn't intended. I just love the sound and how cool the mini Uzi was. And then you continue shooting it, and then kept not intending to kill people. Well, I don't think that's good of an analogy, to be honest, but the R word, it does hurt. Well, because, well, it doesn't physically hurt you, but it can emotionally hurt you. It just, and the people that do have intellectual disabilities are afraid to go out in public because they don't want to get discriminated or put down upon based on how they were born and all that stuff. And it's kind of a sad thing to see stuff like that. I mean, when you dehumanize someone or discriminate someone based on how they are or the way they're born, whether they're gay, they're black, their disorder, their disability, what's the difference, really? When you're using those kinds of words to make people feel bad for who they are. I mean, there's like plenty of words that can be used for stupid, such as stupid itself, of course, idiot, dumbass, dingbat, dipshit, dimwit, dumbfuck, dumbass, flat-headed, closed-minded. There's a whole bunch of them. You don't have to look any further. Ignorance, stupidity, idiocy, moronic. There's a whole bunch of different synonyms for the word stupid, but illogical, senseless. There's like hundreds of them. You don't have to you don't have to have me tell you all of them. Choosing a word that targets towards people with disabilities is just, really is a poor choice of words, and I know there's some people that are going to still use it to in spite of pissing other people off rather than keeping an open mind about it, and then they're still gonna unfortunately use the freedom of speech card as a justification to make themselves sound either cool, in other words edgy, or funny. They always use those words to sound funny or cool too. No. Humiliating someone isn't funny. You're not cool. You're not funny. You're not likable. You're just being an idiot. It's disgusting when you humiliate someone like that. It really is. As you all know, some of you guys probably know by now that I have a brother with middle functioning autism, and I can absolutely understand why you people that are a family member, that are a mother, an aunt, a cousin, a nephew, a niece, a son, a daughter, an uncle, or a grandmother, a grandfather, granduncle, grandmother, or whatever, grandaunt, or whatever of someone that's related to someone with a disability and shit that relates to mental retardation, or actually, in other words, intellectual disability. And I absolutely understand, since some people tend to use the word autism or autist towards me and my best friend Lane, considering that both he and I are bronies and that those words tend to get used constantly towards those people. Hang on a second. I mean, you guys, no need for you guys to have a bad reputation when you use words like that to put innocent people down in sadness and feel like they're suffering in the hands of bullying just because of the way they were born. I mean, it's not their fault they were like that. I mean, this is part of why I think this world can be fucked up sometimes. People sometimes even get targeted for wanting to be killed the way someone is. I mean, some people even said that people with disabilities are holding their backs in terms of improving science or protecting nature. Do you really think a genocide on millions of people with disabilities is gonna change the world? Look at Stephen Hawking, for crying out loud. He's disabled and he's the smartest person in the world. Well, he doesn't have an intellectual disability, I don't think. He has cerebral palsy, as far as I know, but you don't even have to tell... I shouldn't have to tell you guys who he is. Just Google him, for Christ's sakes. And if that's not enough to tell you, Albert Einstein, he had autism. It's not the same thing as intellectual disability, but it is a disorder, for that matter. Seriously, when you have a disability, it does not mean you're stupid, odd, or weird. Actually, in some cases, being weird is not always a bad thing. I'm weird, and a few of my best friends don't seem to care. Well, a lot of my ex-friends seem to bitch about it to the heart and shit. And, like I said, I know this is going to be a controversial video, saying that I'm making a big deal out of a word and saying, oh, Alex, you shouldn't be ranting about people using a word when they're never going to change. You know, kiss my ass. Yes, I can. I'm making this video to just get this shit off my chest, because I've planned to make this video for a very long time, before I even graduated from high school back in June 2015. I've planned to make this video a very, very, very long time, because I've been around people with disabilities. I have a lot of best friends that have disabilities, ranging from an intellectual disability, autism, cerebral palsy, and more. A lot of my friends happen to have Asperger's as well. A lot of my best friends, Hair Metal Brony 1016 included, and one of my YouTube idols, Undertaker Freak 1127, happens to have Asperger's as well. I mean, if you really want to kill people just because they're quote-unquote holding them back on science, good luck seeing at least 50 to 75% of the population gone. I mean, my brother in many ways has changed my life and introduced me to a lot of friends that have made me the person that I am today. I don't know what my life could have been without my brother. He is special, not because he has autism, though. And obviously, I know, autism is not the same as mental retardation or intellectual disabilities. I know that. There's a difference between a social disorder and a mental disorder. I know that. And,